Welcome to Eden at Agnes. This is Wayne Bragg. I'm going to warn you right from the beginning, right from the very start. This video is probably going to go for around 10, 15, maybe more minutes, I don't know. Why? Because I cannot contain myself, and the information I'm about to share with you right now is life-changing. Now, you're hearing that with all the bullshit bloody you hear over the internet, and I get that. But I'm not trying to sell anything here. I'm just trying to actually communicate with you guys about what is real and about how nature works on a microbial level. Here we go. All right, just let me turn this around. I'm standing in my garden here at Eden at Agnes, and this is a lily pilly tree. Now look how healthy this looks. We're just at the start of spring. Just at the start of spring. It hasn't been, my whole orchard has not been watered. Check it out. Has not been watered since November last year. November last year we had quite a hot spring, and it was quite a dry spring, and we had about 2 weeks of really hot northerlies, and my plants did start to struggle at that time. I give everything a bit of a splash just to keep it going. At the time, we didn't have much water in the tanks. We had not much water in the dam. Everything was dried up. So after that, I just had to let everything fend for itself. As soon as it started raining, everything just bounced back to life. Why? Why? We had the most crap soil here in Agnes, let me tell you. All this soil here, well, there was none. It was just rock, all rock. It looks like grass over now, but I can guarantee you, if I dig into any of this, it's literally just rocks coming out. It's all rock underneath here. All right. Look, we look down there. Rock. It's all rock underneath this tiny bit of topsoil. If I dig a hole for this plant right here, I'll dig out a wheelbarrow full of rocks and have 10 cups of soil. I've got to put stuff in, and yet look at the growth, look at the health of these plants. Check it out. Check it out. Doesn't look real. They look fake. Taken a good 40 mandarins off this tree, and yet it's still laden, and it's flowering for the next season already. Beautiful. But they look plastic, don't they? No marks, no spots. Right? Look at it. Look at it. Incredible. Right? Because we use Korean natural farming principles here. Korean natural farming is fairly foreign to the western side of the world, but it's been around for thousands of years in Korea. Thousands of years. But they didn't give it a name, Korean natural farming, until probably 1963, something like that, when Master Cho went to Japan and learnt fermentation from Korea. When he went home, he took the principles from Japan, mixed them with the principles of Korea, and he came up with Korean natural farming. This is a limeberry, guys, and it is divine. Bloody divine. A native Aussie plant. Check that out. It literally tastes amazing. That's lime. That's the seeds in it. Every one of those seeds will be viable. Here at the course, of course, we give you some of these limeberries, and you get to take the seeds home. This is a monkey jack. Look at it. Looks plastic, eh? Why? Because this has got a microbiome underneath it. This has got trillions of microorganisms feeding, communicating, adjusting the pH for this plant, going out through the mycelium web, grabbing hold of all of the micronutrients and minerals that this plant needs, bringing it directly back to the roots and feeding it directly. And that plant says, thank you very much. Excretes a little bit of oxalate, not oxalate, exhalate, which is like a sugary substance. It excretes that. The microbe then takes that exhalate, says thank you very much. Whatever else you need, or if you need anything else, just give us a call. And there's a symbiotic relationship created. This coffee plant, 12 months old. Fruited already twice. Crazy, eh? Korean Natural Farming Foundation, IMO. Indigenous microorganisms. They're everywhere. But they are only in living soils. You won't find them in dirt. People are trying to grow food in dirt. Doesn't work. They're trying to grow fruit trees in dirt. Dirt is dead. There is no structure. There is no moisture. There is no life. There is no food for microorganisms. All right? But when you have, look at this, ice cream bean. Oh, I love this. Ice cream bean. Look at that fresh new growth. Why? One, because I fed them a couple of weeks ago with a foliar spray, which is what I teach here in the course, how to make. And two, because it's spring. But they've had no water. They're just doing their thing. This ice cream bean grows these little pods. And inside that pod is all full of ice cream. There's a couple of beans in there, but the flesh around the outside of the pod, fair dinkum, tastes like ice cream. I love it. Absolutely love it. Right. Where's IMO come from? They're just there. They get themselves to wherever the habitat is. It's a bit like this. You've got a coral reef out in the ocean, and on that coral reef is coral fish. You come away from the coral reef onto a sandy bank, and what's there? You've got some bream, you've got a flathead or two, and you've got some sand whiting, right? But are you going to see a coral trout there? No, you're not. Why? No habitat. If we create habitat around a plant, all right, using biochar, using compost, and then we capture microbes from a habitat over here, right, underneath all these mad trees over here, which is all fairly native to this area. So there's everything from figs, gums, there's pines, there's all sorts of stuff native to this area. Very poor soil, but it's doing well because these trees deliberately mulch themselves every year. All the leaves are falling down to the base, and the microorganisms at their base are communicating with those trees. They're breaking all the rocky soil down and feeding them directly to the roots. Now, if we can create similar habitat underneath our fruit trees, and then we can capture those microbes over there from a native area using rice, okay? We capture rice in starch, little bamboo baskets. It's crazy, I know, but it's easy. And we capture them and we make them shelf stable, and then we multiply those guys up in big batches so that we have an inoculant. We can inoculate around this tree, providing we've already put habitat in there, and providing we mulch then around that tree and create habitat inside underneath the mulch, protecting the little guys from the sun. They're going to immediately start talking to this tree, right? They're immediately going to start, look at the flowers on this. They're going to immediately start changing the pH for what the tree needs. They're going to provide all of the micronutrients that this tree needs directly to its roots. Why? because they get a kickback. They get to eat sugar given to them by the roots of the tree. One of my most favourite trees, Brazilian cherry. Well, it's more of a bush. I love these things. They're tart as hell, but if you get the real ripe ones and they just drop off in your hand as you touch them, just like that one did. Oh, bloody beautiful. Absolutely incredibly beautiful. Love it. So good for you too. Where was I? You create habitat for these microorganisms, they'll do all the work for you. They'll turn dirt into soil. They'll mulch the soil. They'll break down the composted material that you put there and feed the plants directly. They'll aerate the soil. They'll till it for you. They'll create an environment that makes these trees thrive. Do you have to water a rainforest? No, you don't. It creates its own. When you go into a rainforest and it hasn't rained for 6 months, say, everywhere else is droughting, the rainforest still looks green. You dig under the mulch and the ground is moist. Yet, all of these trees are taking water from the rainforest. What is the moisture? Where is it coming from? It's coming from the trillions of microorganisms living in that mulch, in that soil, because their bodies are 95% water. Grama Chama. Look at the fruit we're going to have on this. These are all flowers. Every one of them set. Little fruits there. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Guys, what I'm teaching here in this course is next level. I don't care whether you've done permaculture or where you've been around, I'm sure there's things that'll touch on a lot of these different things that I'm talking about. And making your own compost is also a start. But when you can grab all of the full biodiverse native organisms from native areas and learn how to multiply these guys up in big batches, you've got something that is very, very unique, very special. And when you inoculate your ground with that and you create habitat for these guys, wow, what happens? You get the most amazing growth. You get fruit that's twice the size of normal fruits. It tastes like it should taste, not some bullshit flowery bloody thing you bought from the shop. You let it ripen on the tree when all of the monosaccharides, when all of the sugars go into the plant, when the plant sucks out the stuff that's not meant to be there, like the oxalates and lectins and phytates and all of those toxins that it has in there before the fruit's ripe. Why do you think the possums don't eat it? Why do you think the bats don't touch it until it ripens? It's poisonous. But what we're doing is we're taking them unripened and then gas them somewhere in a shop, wherever, and we're eating this toxin. We're eating all that crap. When you guys learn to grow your own food organically on your own property, eat it ripened on the bush, on your farm, in the season where you live, oh my God. Next level shit starts to happen in your body and you will start to communicate with nature. You'll start to be one with nature. It might sound airy-fairy. I'm walking around here barefooted right now. I'd like to say I'm naked, but I'm not, because I'm doing a video. But mate, guys, you need to come along to this course. If you're still watching at 14 minutes and 48 seconds, that means you're one of my people. My people are welcome. Come and stay. Come and check it out. come and communicate, learn how to make all these elixirs, learn how to make fertilizer for $4 that'll last you 12 months, learn how to make suspended calcium to create unbelievable cadmium layers in the fruit, learn how to marcot, learn how to make your own biochar kiln, grow your own, or sort of, should I say, bake your own and activate your own biochar to create structure. I mean, this course is no one else teaching that I believe anywhere. You need to come. And whoever comes will be blown away by what I'm doing here. All right? If you're still there, I love it. Love it. I'm rambling, but, oh man, I dig this stuff. I'm so passionate. And it's so much different when I have a whole heap of people standing in front of me asking questions and me just walking around my yard rambling. So come along, do whatever it takes to get here, guys. I don't give a shit what work you're doing. If you don't have the money, let me know. You can come for free. I don't care. This is about me educating people to create living life on this planet, and we are one person at a time going to change this planet. We're going to learn how to sequester more carbon from the atmosphere to get more growth into our plants. The more growth into our plants, the more carbon we sequester. The more that biochar that we have in the ground, the more that we can sequester as well. Like, this is just crazy stuff. And this is real. And when you create living soil underneath your feet, guess what? You earth more. That changes the vibration coming up through your feet, through these trillions of organisms in the ground beneath your feet. Guys, you can create a living paradise wherever you are. I don't care whether you're in town. I don't care whether you're living in a bloody unit and you're growing everything in pots. You can change your environment. You can change the way you feel in your environment. You can change the way you communicate with nature by getting back to doing this stuff. Like, it's crazy. It really is. I just dig it. I really dig it. All right, I am definitely starting to ramble now. As I said, if you're still here, guys, come along, do whatever it takes to get here, and you'll have the time of your life, and I guarantee that. And let's share this amazing journey together. Wayne Bragg signing out. Be well.